I'm actually filming the intro after I already finished filming the video because I went off track. These are some stories about some stuff. What is it about? It's about... These are some stories about how me being trans has affected my friendships and relationships. So I had a class with this guy when I was 15, and he ended up he started hitting on me, and then he asked if I wanted to hang out after school. So I ended up inviting him over, and he came over. It was probably at like lunch or like after lunch. No, it was after school. If you watched my video, my last video, you know that I came out as a trans man when I was around 15 years old. I had been with... Now I'm actually trying to think. I had only known him for a couple days. I never spoke to him before. He was just like sitting at the same table as me, and then all of a sudden, yeah, he started to hit on me, and then asked if I wanted to hang out after school. And then immediately he was telling me that he was like in love with me and blah blah blah, and how he never had a girlfriend before, and like how like I was gonna be his first. And then I was like, whoa, hold your horses, I'm not a girl. And he was like, oh. And he was like, that's okay, but like I can tell like it wasn't really okay, because he was a 15-year-old boy with a religious mother, and I can tell he was very insecure. And so of course he said that because he wanted to do stuff with me. But one of those couple days that we dated, we went for a walk through his neighborhood, and I guess there were a group of guys that he knew or something that lived in his neighborhood, and they yelled out at him, your girl looks like a dude," or something like that. I mean, you can argue that should make me feel validated, because like, don't I want to look like a dude? Yeah, but that wasn't really the point. He didn't defend me, and he didn't understand why like it made me feel like shit, because obviously that wasn't their intention, to validate me. They were trying to bully me. But yeah, he ended up dumping me a couple days after, and then fast forward to like a year ago. I was 17. My other ex happened to actually live in the same neighborhood as him, so I was walking and I saw him crossing the street. Like I was on the other side of the street, he was here, and he was with his friend, and he yells tranny at me. Keep in mind, he dated me and did stuff with me even though he knew I was a tranny. And I'm not gonna say anything else. I kind of touched on this a little bit in my last video, but as confusing as it was for him, it was confusing for me too, because obviously I don't want to have to explain that as a 15-year-old, or like ever, like it's annoying to have to bring that up, like, because it's important, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be intimate with somebody or be in a relationship with somebody unless that's discussed and respected. That's annoying, because it's like I wish that wasn't an issue, but it just is. Like, it's just part of who I am. This is like, I don't know. Fast forward. Fast forward. Fast forward to when I dated my other ex. And this guy I was with for like, I don't know. And we're not gonna get into all the other shit. We're just gonna talk about the me being trans part of this relationship, because that's what matters, okay? So, he respected my pronouns. Like, I'll give him that, okay? He is, in the full time I've ever known him, he's never slipped up on my pronouns, at least not that I know of, okay? Like, because he dated another trans guy before me. So I was like,
okay, well, maybe he's woke, you know what I mean?
He respected my pronouns, and he knew stuff about trans people because he already dated another trans guy. So I was like, okay. He did not respect my physical boundaries in a lot of ways, but one of them that really, really upset me was grabbing my chest. He would do it, and I would tell him please ask me before, like, please ask me if you're gonna do that, okay? Don't do it, like, unless I give you permission. But then every time I would give him permission, he would just he would stop asking. And then I'd say, like, no, you need to ask every time, because most of the time I don't want you to. And then, but that didn't matter. So he would do it, and I would literally have breakdowns, like, in his bathroom. Like, it made me feel so disgusting, and he would still do it. And, like, even, like, I'd wear trans tape, or I'd wear a binder, and he would still try and grab my yitties. And another thing that I found weird, and I still think about this, is, so he didn't know my dead name, because most people don't know my dead name, but I tell them anyways, because I just don't care. I told him, and then he was playing a video game, and he had 3 characters, okay? He named one of them Lex, which is my name. He named one of them his name, and then he named the 3rd character my dead name. And I was just looking at the screen like, you could have literally used any other name in the whole world. You could have used any name. But then I told him my dead name, and he decided to make his character, or not his character, but like one of the characters, my dead name. I was like, I didn't say anything, but I'm still thinking, like, what was the thought process behind that? But anyways, in senior year, at the start of the year, I was in the class with this guy, and he kept looking at me, so I kept looking back, and I could tell he was, like, staring at me, so I was like, okay. Ended up adding me on Instagram, okay? Like, I feel like most people— oh, I'm gonna cut out all the rest of the details, but what matters is, he's gay, okay, but he is extremely insecure about it, and so, and he's also has very interesting, like, political beliefs, to say the least. It's like a battle, like, his life is like a battle with himself, and, like, I just got to watch it. I completely cut out the actual interesting part of the story. So he started to talk to me on Instagram, and, like, we played Fortnite together or whatever. We hung out at lunch, and then he cut me off because he felt wrong about lusting over me or something like that. And he would always bring up how he, like, doesn't know how his grandparents would feel about me, even though we weren't even dating at this point, and I didn't even express any interest in him. So he was basically just, like, yeah, battling with himself in my DM, because he was, like, in love with me, or, like, he wanted to be with me or something, or he was, like, lusting over me, and he was, like, trying to battle against it. So he ended up cutting me off, and then he came back into my life again. And it was just as weird the second time. I gave him a chance for some reason. That didn't last very long. He was texting one of his friends, ranting about me, and she was, like, misgendering me, talking about how, like, he shouldn't be with me because, like, I can't give him, like, the life and the family that, like, he deserves because I'm trans or whatever. But he wasn't defending me. And then it was, like, I don't know, he didn't really grasp, like, how that's, like, really fucked up. But I mean, because why the fuck are you dating me and then, like, talking to this girl who, like, thinks you shouldn't be with me because I'm trans and is misgendering me, and you're, like, not even defending me or nothing? I ended up breaking up with him. And then he posted my testosterone update he posted my 1-year voice update on testosterone on his Instagram to make fun of me, put it as his profile picture, and then started texting me about how I was cuter before I was on testosterone, which is really weird because I was, like, 16. And then he commented on my last video talking about how, like, the media brainwashed me, even though I'm not even the first guy he talked to. And I really doubt I'm the last. Not only that, but he's into trans guys. Like, he has hit on multiple of my friends who are all trans guys. So I don't really know. Like, I don't understand how you could think I'm brainwashed by the media, or, like, trans people are brainwashed by the media, and then go around and hit on them and claim that you're in love with them. Like, no, you just have a fetish and you're weird. It's hard because I I mean, I'm not saying I would never get with a trans guy, but I typically am into and get into relationships with cis guys, and you already know how that goes. Like, there's no point in trying to make somebody who doesn't understand you. As you can tell, I tend to settle. I don't know. I give guys like chances. Like, I have this like belief that like because I'm trans, I have to settle because nobody's gonna like completely understand me or like um accept me the way I am. Um I had a friend who she was like always trying to talk to me. Like it was like I don't know. She made it seem like she thought I was so cool and like she even hit on me at some point when I had a boyfriend and she had a boyfriend because she was like, "Oh, like if you were ever like down to explore, like I don't know, it was stupid. I don't know if she was joking, but anyways, you get the idea. Like I don't know. I never really vibed with her because she's like fake. I tried to vibe with her, and then I found out that behind my back, she was saying that she doesn't think I should be on testosterone because she thinks I'm like confused or something like that, or she thinks I'm gonna regret it. I don't understand why she thought like she had a place to talk about that. I don't know why she thought it was her place to talk about that because we weren't close. And also I was nothing but respectful to her. And then this same girl who was saying this shit behind my back, before I found out, she was telling me that this other girl was misgendering me behind my back because I unadded her or like I blocked her on Instagram or Snapchat or something when we weren't even close. So she started misgendering me. And then this girl's telling me and trying to be like, "Oh, that's so fucked up." Like fake as fuck. And then she goes and she's like telling people that she doesn't think I should be on testosterone. I had a friend for a really long time. And whatever, doesn't matter. We're not friends anymore. But despite what the fuck I did, I don't know, she cut me off. She never told me why to this day. She's never talked to me directly. But whatever the fuck I did, I don't care. I called her, what was it? What was the word? I called her a coward. I called her a coward because we were friends for so long and she cut me off and she couldn't even have a conversation with me. And so her boyfriend messages me and starts saying how keep taking your testosterone, like you're fucking weird, like the way you dress is fucking weird, like you're a girl, you're a woman, just being like transphobic as fuck. And I was friends with this girl my whole life. I mean, since I was very young. She supported me throughout my transition up until that point. And then when I got even more upset, um I was told that I was playing the victim. Like, "Oh, you're trying to play the victim." You can say whatever you want about me, but why do you have to bring up that? And keep in mind, her other friend was like non-binary. The one who was trying to defend her and her boyfriend. How are you going to be non-binary and then think it's okay to be transphobic to somebody just because you don't like them? When you start being transphobic to me because you don't like me, that does more than just affect me. That means you don't fucking like any trans person and that your support for trans people is conditional. Like they have to earn that. Like you don't have to earn that as a cis person. So I don't have to fucking earn that. And so, yeah, I was playing the victim because I don't really care whatever the problem was before. Now you just made a whole new problem. I don't know, like, I'm not trying to play the victim, okay? Like, I wouldn't have to play the victim if people didn't fucking make a problem out of something that doesn't matter. What's in my pants doesn't matter, and when you make a problem out of it, I'm gonna have to play the victim because you give me no choice. Because now, not only does it show that you have a problem with me, you have a problem with all trans people. And you're fake as fuck and you pretend like you're supportive. Like, that's a whole different problem. And shit like that is just crazy to me. How I don't know. That's always the first thing people go for. And I always got to be careful because it doesn't matter how close I am with somebody and how much they show me support. Now I don't want to be around people like that because those people are usually negative in all aspects of life. I don't know, now I'm older, I don't really care because I know my friends that I have now, like, they literally, like, they don't fucking care, bro. You gotta go through a lot of shitty people to meet good people. If they're closed-minded, they're closed-minded. Their mind's just closed, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. I don't think I'm gonna do an outro. I think we're just gonna end it at that.